a lot of contributions have been made. Amanfo bebre ena akasa ede afa eye ensem way ehun me no ka say eye Oliver eye vomowo ababontin ababe kasa ede afa eye Yewura Ken Ofori Atta chi ayache no no ehun amasabi amanfo chemu say na chese Ken ensem way. A lot of people were so much interested in it. It will surprise you to know ensema eye Oliver vomowo ede ababe to emonten na o chiremu ana chese at some point sebe Ken Ofori Atta ede adwin bi ehye Ghana futrim. Now we share nsema or try or see if Ken Ofori Atta had come, he would have been given bail there and there, no matter the amount of Ghana money he would be accused of stealing. Bail refusal in Ghana is only for poor people charged with low-level misdemeanor offenses. Now see, enti na Oliver Sonsema opeso training say senka Ken Ofori Atta ye na dwene ye ene bra kisi jaben start say omra ye di interpol ni ade nyina to no so na busuanfo be twotwo so yare ena we are going through surgery ni operations ni ade ena oba Ghana ankasebe ye the charge ni bon po ni ye china den ye be grant ni bail because we share the likes of Kofi Akpalu chema wuntumi mu nyina edubu ahin mu nyina kopiepie mu wo ho no, they all sebe one way or the other no ade a sebe yejai wo mo ema wo ekoye amen enye say yejai wo kira keke but they granted them bail. It said the one on screens no so no say US Immigration and Customs eguso a sebe ni nyina efa Ken Ofori Atta ehu yenkohwe video we mra na yento aso.
Amigo, não tem problema, amigo, eu não tenho problema, amigo. Oh, don't pee, man. Sorry. Move back. Out the way, boys, out the way. You're gonna get knocked down. Move. Right.
Allegedly, Yechim said this was time a year ice for Ekotebri, Yewura Ken Ofori Atta. International say, Osha said the Ekona. I'm sure that is how things unfolded. Ken Ofori Atta.
Yes, I mean this is a video Ghanaians were using to mock. I mean how ice for moba were catching on befawa how mo pejao free hunting. No dear as we saw na Ken Ofori Atta, but then that is how people felt say ice for about 10 or befawa. This is how or more a treaty on. So that was a replica video. Let me say how the whole thing unfolded. But then me say ebia Ken Ofori Atta onya ho dem fan resist said na abrante no resist wo honom no. This is a particular video where people are using it to show how the whole thing unfolded.
Okay. For na in same way also with regards to Yewura Ken Ofori Atta, private legal practitioner Martin Pebu and so ababe kasa ediafa asem we ho a wono nso atre na dwene yenko na yenkotie ensema ono nso ede etudwa.
Okay, yes. So lawyer Martin Pebu so the nensem ebetudwa about what is currently going on with former finance minister Ken Ofori Atta about the detention abba no any first person okasa fa ho kire say it is very embarrassing say former finance minister of Ghana who be bia of Ghana has say na and some say at all na you have to go through ICE and may detain you because on krata ewu and I say we stay we be stay United States of America na ewu ntino or say be foul e could detain you. Talking about the fact that said Oliver they were too just say or senka or bad no lawyer Martin Pebu was also talking about the fact that you're starting in seminar and was oba because asemno enya asemsa oba you know how the whole thing the scene was created. There was a point nenka oba enkoye ti say Rambo style of yabechi unibino because asemno e brass kakra time I started almost started the letters by so Yareni I didn't and as at that time not tempest not calm me down crank bit me about maybe 1 or 2 3 invites be not then all this kind of speculation, people have their views, and somebody at the bond and I'm saying, "No, crabby woman in our best of it." But now, he's trying to, run away from, say, a baby foul. So, people, you see, people are talking about the fact that they want to see the man in handcuffs because when we say allegedly, Papa no Edigana Sika. Do you understand? And see, lawyer Martin Pebu was talking about the fact that it's very embarrassing that he should have come to Ghana long time ago. And all this Nema we in a ring and Konen could do baby aqua could dream.
It was in some way a cosono na a year Franklin Kujo ononso eba bonten ebe kan sembi efa ho ansa na no yenkohwe video wemba.
And the information we have so far, what do you anticipate as regards this extradition process and this new twist to it, detention by ICE?
Yeah, so what I anticipate is a long drawn-out bloody battle in court, yes, because he's going to fight tooth and nail. He's going to fight tooth and nail. So far, based on the strictures, based on the tricks he has shown, he says he will come today, he doesn't come, and etc. You remember the stories the OSP was giving us, those cock and bull stories. And we've not spared Kisei Jabin for his role in allowing Ofori Atta to flee. So if you look at the story from last year, January, a year ago, and all the stories, I was going to do surgery. He said he was going to do surgery. The surgery didn't come on, and he never informed the special prosecutor and never came to Ghana, etc. If we use those facts to analyze, then he's going to fight it in court. He's not going to just throw in the towel. But I always mention that at any point in time, maybe when Akuffo Addo and co prevail upon him, because Ghanaians are also asking Akuffo Addo that what is he saying about his cousin not coming? When we not here when he said nobody in his government was corrupt, etc. So now that we have corruption cases against Ofori Atta, and actually I don't use the word cousin, I use brother, because in Chi there is no word for cousin, it's brother. So now that Ofori Atta, Akuffo Addo's brother is facing 5 corruption cases, it's time for Akuffo Addo to step in and ask him to come, because Akuffo Addo, we kept complaining that Ofori Atta is corrupt. Ofori Atta is corrupt, and Akuffo Addo kept denying that nobody in his government was corrupt. So now we have it. So Akuffo Addo has to prevail upon him. So if they prevail upon him, yes, early good news. But if we say we should use law, no, I don't see this happening in less than 9 months.
But do you also think that perhaps with ICE coming in now, there's a possibility that he could be deported soon?
Okay, so saying that he's overstayed his visa, so they'll just do it. Remember that the lawyer is stated in the letter, and I have some experience with it, that he has a pending application. If they choose to deport him soon, well, all well and good. Donald Trump's America is a bit different from the America we usually know. So if they want to say that, look, notwithstanding his application, they just want to deport him, they will not do extradition. Okay, it will be better for us. We will be happy. So what Madam Tete is saying, if hopefully, well, I don't want to go too much into it. So say it is that they will just do a normal deportation because he has violated his visa. We'll be happy for it. But I see the letter also states it, and I also can say that the America I know. I mean, looking at those days we started going to America over 20 years ago, it was common that if you have an application for permanent residence and they've not yet granted, you could stay beyond the 6 months. Yeah, then there is a penalty. And those days is what about $1,000. Yeah, I remember over 20 years ago, that used to be at least the law that, as the Ghanaian community, the discussions, and there were people who overstayed and got their permanent residence. Lots of Ghanaians, they weren't deported. But remember, I'm not a lawyer or a U.S. lawyer. I'm just a Ghanaian visiting America. So if Madam Tete's information is that we'll have good news, we should pray. But if we are analyzing hard law, it can be longer. I think we can leave it at that.
And perhaps my very last question, you've answered it partially though, but that is in relation to ordinary Ghanaians who overstayed their visas and still got the opportunity to have permanent residency. In the case of Ofori Atta, I heard you say that it may be difficult. Was that to mean that they may not eventually end up getting that for him because of the circumstances surrounding his stay in particular?
When I said difficult, I was talking about the extradition proceedings, not his application for permanent residence. My point is that the extradition proceedings take long. It's not 1 or 2 months matter. That was the context in which I was saying that it may be difficult. That's remember.
Abitia for any nsema eye Martin Pebu edi abeto mountain so fathers who Ofori Atta nsema ekoso in some way mu say dem dig kind we've gotten a lot of people reacting to this particular issues our mocho madwene ewo ho Yimani Ghana CEO eye Franklin Kujo ono nso ede nsem aba betuja mnua be Chris ewa ha Chris Lenes Mon what eye Franklin Kujo eka.
Yes, Franklin Kujo also the nsem bebre abetuja. He was talking about eye omo etu Ofori Atta omo mutunefo edibi akofra ne lawyers Morgan say omo amboano. And see that is what we have on our screens. Also Ofori Atta's detention by ICE. I blame his lawyers for bad advice. Franklin Kujo. And he also blaming the lawyers for bad advice because onhu ni hu a say Ghana say why wababaimu wabedi juma na uwie no brane be ya no say sika we wo de ye den enema say ehefa ne fire na obeba be ya no na obeye ne te say umba and people are advising him so memma you see enema be brave because omo angasa cry charges are allegedly omo de abono and charges omo de abono no edoso. Okay. It's before cry you be convict with bako ni atwaso no I mean they have to go through ni nyina omo hwehwe ni nyina emu ansana omo etimi ahwe. We still have it from Franklin Kujo. So the former finance minister is currently held by the immigration and so yes I mean the advice they said the lawyers no okay.
So as we can see on the screen also the former finance minister is currently held by the immigration and customs enforcement ICE regarding the status of his current stay in the United States. Reacting to this on TV3's Ghana Tonight, Wednesday, January 7th, Franklin Kujo explained that Ofori Atta's lawyers in Ghana badly advised him against returning to Ghana to face the corruption charges. I blame his lawyers. They badly advised him. Everybody who spoke on his behalf was badly advising him. He stated, according to him, Ofori Atta should have come to Ghana long ago rather than being detained by ICE. In the way, said this is exactly what a year now. Franklin Kujo come. But do you think it was really the advice of the lawyers now number and say it's his personal decisions looking at the family and no free mobile because in some nations say cry you say nebusian for the press release now the crab abonting.
Yes, I think first of all the assemble the only person who has to advise you are your lawyers. Okay. Because send me sure send the lawyers train and say oh bra say na assembly na oba I mean you bet me go through bibi na ya boa so that e be bet me nya bail bi condition no enye huhu bi asa I mean I'm sure Senko Beba, do you understand? He's right to say more advice no because definitely the only person who will speak on your behalf are your lawyers. In Jebekaya, most of the letters that were coming were the lawyers. Okay. And son and the family is also be better so say the way you treating on the no money because Papa yare and you are still making it look as if say what said that no baby no person but then or yare is I said now for almost a year over a year, and you won't say Ofori Atta and Kasaba Bonzian Bekasa. No, and the lawyers family. Do you understand? And yes, indeed. Said the Okano, no kromu say omo etu ne for sen ko mranga bia na inka story ni quite different from what we are trying to discuss now. Say eyes for detaining, which is kind of embarrassing for a Ghanaian former finance minister.
But I'm sure say every lawyer is a professional, right?
Yeah.
Into lawyer ni bi answer no betu ne client for no not just say bia ne 9 bibi so nti no omo man is safe to. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I'm sure because probably they want to avoid. So about Ghana, being pursuing use a handcuff gunen they are trying to avoid some of these things.
Okay. So we can ask Yeguso Aye, Council Franklin Kujo described Ofori Atta's legal representatives in Ghana as disappointing people for allowing him overstay his permit in the US and being detained by ICE. His lawyers have been one of the most disappointing people. Plenty talk, and look at what they are doing now. They are dealing with ICE right now. It is so disgraceful, he said. They better pray that they don't bungle him and bring him back to Ghana the way he would never had wished. I pray that nothing bad happens to him, he added. I don't think it is a good reputation. I don't think it is a good reputation he wants to get for himself out there, he noted, stressing that the situation does not present a bad reputation for Ken Ofori Atta. From the perspective where indeed Ken Ofori Atta sebi ya deporting na manaba Ghana. Now, is it not equivalent to the Interpol near extradition? Yeah, the tutu ni sunya. And is I didn't know or prevent no asanto no. Is that what Franklin is trying to say?
In China, the immigration side is quite different from the request in Ghana. Yes, you see, sir, obi bebo amowesu. And it's a wangasa ube mlemuna when him no it's quite different.
Okay.
Do you understand? So on one born who say okay, most mu here me maba, me hwe de wo ho ne enka it is different because see no say deporting na yes wabedru Ghana how on be mo ho so akwa pagya na free airport then akọ be also on the nekono. It's going to be very different from senka ono aka say why den or the Nwaba. What I say. So yes, indeed, what Franklin Kujo is saying, and Kabeye Senka or more bad advice and then call Nwaba who's not be P. Ghana rather than say be a bit deporting and I say input extradition request on the coroner on the process here. We know say oh yeah then Bamunjana Munhena Munkanasem.
So it means it's too late. Say or no Abeka say okay, baby I'm Madrid there. We am person back Ghana antino. Like yema assembling in Ankodani and Semia na meba Ghana.
And you could have done that somewhere April, May, June there.
Okay.
As at that time, Nenko Nwana, remember say April, May, last year 2025. And Kanono Dienka, I'm for who's a yes on one and Waba try and say he will come and defend in somewhere the Bonono. So see no almost for so on the neba and I say if he's deported and I say extradited no be PM Ghana e be say asem na ye de born ni nyina e bi allegedly o mehu say we no crenti na yem fanimra ye de ne call ya papa ye betimi adi na asem ya convicting na omo de na kotum but then wama asem no say akoye din de amano akoye embarrassing de amano any ade because say one case want me so over. Do you understand? Now he has to go through the process with the immigration. He has to go through the process with his petitioner or the call for a year extension. No? So that is what we are looking out for.
So does that mean say until say a petition no and I say lawyers nibiti me a jinemuaka and semino ediama a year Ken Ofori Atta he will still be in detention?
He will still be he will still be there. So he will still be in detention.
Prison, no.
He will still be in detention. Now they are fighting for his release. Extension and they are also fighting for his release. What I say, so they can release him for a number of days. Proud to say about extending his stay in the amano. What I say, and I say, the process, no, the petition or the coin, yes, you find him deported. Do you understand? So that these are the two things. He has about a number of days. We can extend for him. He can even stay there without the papers for close to 6 months.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Whilst they go through the process, and just releasing a dear, then he will fight the extension. No, do you understand?
So right now, the most important thing is he being released.
He being released. That is what the lawyers are fighting for now.
After the release,
Yes.
Say obeba back to Ghana and I say obetina honum na extent. So is that trying to expose Ken Ofori Atta in one way or the other? Say papa ni ya na waye na dwen say o magana ha.
I mean, it is very obvious from that at that time I almost started say oyare or koye say junior, a lot of people had that view say yes, ban on one person Ghana.
Okay, ebusia sorry so ana yekupi in sem foforo so I mean no